As leader of the opposition, I directly consulted with all sitting members of parliament and senators of the People's National Party. And in these discussions, every parliamentarian from the PNP has confirmed to me that they are not aware of being investigated by the Integrity Commission for illicit enrichment.
Good morning, my lovelies, and welcome to another episode of Pressing Events. Now, in today's episode, we see where the People's National Party Member of Parliament, Mikael Phillips, for Northwest Manchester, has been a subject of Integrity Commission report due to late filings in his 2020 statutory declarations. No, we won't waste any time or beat around the bush or have any sense of bias approach. So let's get into the news and hear what Mr. Phillips' statement entails amidst this whole ordeal. Now, following the news that he was a subject of Integrity Commission report, Mr. Phillips had released a statement on October 11. This statement is from the Office of the Member of Parliament in Northwest Manchester, and it says, based on media reports and calls from journalists, I understand that I am the subject of an Integrity Commission report that was sent to Parliament but has not yet been tabled. In the interest of openness, I wish to state that my 2022 statutory declaration was unfortunately late due to a delay in getting all the relevant documents. Shortly after the deadline, the documents were submitted and I have since fully complied with all the requirements. As a public servant, I take my responsibilities seriously, and while the statutory declaration was delayed, it is not connected with illicit enrichment, and all my statutory declarations have been certified, and the late filing penalty of 250,000 Jamaican dollars has been paid. I remain committed to serving my constituents and the people of Jamaica with integrity, transparency, and accountability, stated by Member of Parliament Mikael Phillips of Northwest Manchester. Now, a lot of people ask the question, what is the purpose of the Integrity Commission? We hear this organization or body being thrown around a lot in the media since recently, and they want to have even a brief idea on what is their purpose. Now, the Integrity Commission in Jamaica, they monitor compliance with statutory declarations, which are legally required financial disclosures made by public officials to ensure 1, transparency, and 2, prevent corruption. Now, the Commission has a firm stance on late submissions, viewing them as a serious matter because timely and accurate declaration help to maintain public trust and detect potential corruption. Now, officials who fail to meet deadlines for submitting their statutory declarations can face penalties or further scrutiny. And we see where this was the case for Member of Parliament Mikael Phillips, as he was late to submitting his 2022 statutory declaration, and he had to face a penalty of a fine of $250,000 even after submitting his declarations. But once they are late, you have to face some sort of penalty. Now, a person who would be investigated if there's a failure to submit the declaration on time, or if the declaration raises concern about unexplained wealth, discrepancies in reported assets, or a sign of illicit enrichment, the Commission investigates to ensure that public officials' assets align with their income and to detect any misuse of public office for personal gain. So there we have a little brief overview of the purpose of the Integrity Commission. So let's trash the talk that this is a case for illicit enrichment, as this is not so, but it is, however, a case of late statutory declaration. Now, in addition to Mr. Phillips' statement given on October 11, Opposition leader Mark Golden has further confirmed his stance on the PNP not being under investigation for illicit enrichment. Let's have a look at this.
The Integrity
video.
Commission has maintained the confidentiality of those under investigation, having also confirmed that all individuals under investigation have been informed of their status. Consistent with his position last year, Mr. Golding has again consulted with all 22 parliamentarians, MPs, and senators representing the People's National Party, and each has confirmed that he or she is not aware of being investigated by the Integrity Commission for illicit enrichment.
I want to be clear. As leader of the opposition, I directly consulted with all sitting members of parliament and senators of the People's National Party. And in these discussions, every parliamentarian from the PNP has confirmed to me that they are not aware of being investigated by the Integrity Commission for illicit enrichment. The PNP firmly maintains its position that any parliamentarian, from whatever side, who is guilty of the offence of illicit enrichment should face the full force of the law. They should be dismissed from public office and should never hold public office again. The PNP stands resolute in its commitment to transparency, accountability, and good governance. I urge the public to remain vigilant and recognize this report for what it is: a deliberate distraction from the Integrity Commission's investigations into the 8 MPs who have been identified for illicit enrichment. We want to know who they are, and we look forward to the reports coming to Parliament and being made public. This is a serious moment in Jamaica's political history, and I urge all Jamaicans to rely on credible, verified information rather than allowing partisan media outlets to distort the truth.
Now that's all for today, folks. Let me know in the comment section, what do we think about this whole report on Mr. Mikael Phillips? In addition to this, what do we think about the whole ordeal of the JLP's subtle effort to try and make this about illicit enrichment when it's not? Let me know. Also, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for another episode of Pressing Events. I'm your host, Abigail Campbell. Until next time.
The PNP stands resolute in its commitment to transparency, accountability, and good governance. I urge the public to remain vigilant and recognize this report for what it is: a deliberate distraction from the Integrity Commission's investigations into the 8 MPs who have been identified for illicit enrichment. We want to know who they are, and we look forward to the reports coming to Parliament and being made public. This is a serious moment in Jamaica's political history, and I urge all Jamaicans to rely on credible, verified information rather than allowing partisan media outlets to distort the truth.